Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Barakadas.
Double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And shalom to all the Akim pushing the shoe for sincerity. It's your brother Itazalwan
Brother, you call?
from the GMS Columbus branch, coming back again with another video through the Spirit. Just going to hop into a walk and talk. And pretty much, we're just going to go into spies. All right, staying on point, staying circumspect, making sure that you're moving correctly in this ministry in your everyday walk. You see, we got to understand that we are behind enemy lines. And with that, all right, we have to be on point, you know, in everything we do. And in everything we do, we have to consider the ministry and apply wisdom. Can you grab that in the Apocrypha? That which is wisdom meets you in every thought. All right, we have to, you know, be wise concerning the times and make sure that, you know, like I said, we're on point, you know, day in and day out. Find it. I'll find it. So I can give us 1 second.
These mosquitoes going wild today, boy.
It's cool, fuck it. Just grab Galatians 2 and 4. Let's just grab that. I'll find it. But yeah, this concerning spies, etc. Alright, we got to understand that there are individuals that are set up, you know, to spy out our liberty as it is written. You can bring that out.
So Galatians chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, "And that because of false brethren unawares brought in, who came in privily to spy out our liberty, which we have in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, that they might bring us into bondage."
Right, so we got individuals who are set up amongst the camps, all right, even just outside of the camps, etc., that are here to spy out our liberty, okay? You know, who are brought in, you know, secretly, all right? You know, to watch and look for, you know, case to slander us, all right, bring false accusations, etc. And pretty much this video is inspired by, you know, a lot of weird text messages, you know, Jake's been getting. You know, you got to pay attention to these things, all right? Random people trying to DM you on Instagram, fake accounts. You look at the accounts that say 18 plus and hackers and shit like that. All right, that's why we have, like I said, we have to be mindful of how we're moving in this ministry and in this truth, okay, in our daily walk, man. See, one more time on that.
Come. Galatians 2:4. It says, "And that because of false brethren unawares brought in, who came in privily to spy out our liberty, which we have in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, that they might bring us into bondage."
Plain. You know, like I said, you got even amongst GMS, false brethren who have made deals and covenants with the heathen, okay? Primarily Esau, Edom, you know, the one who was over us, you know, fully at this time, all right? Who are spies, man, you see? And then real quick, just I found that piece of this Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 16. And so like, just send me this video once Jake done. Post it up and then I'll download it.
Yep. So, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 and verse 16, it says, "For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her."
Start a verse up.
Start a verse up.
Start like 2 verses up.
Yep. Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse 14 says, "Whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors. To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom.
Right, to think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom. That's the spirit. What that say? 444 and 144. See? One more time.
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse 15, it says, to think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom.
Yep.
And whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care.
You know, so you're going to be in a safe place. All right? You're going to be taken care of. You see? You got it, bro.
Verse 16, it says, for she goeth about seeking us as are worthy of her.
Seeking those who are worthy of her, those who are caught in her fetters. You see? Who are in bondage to her. You see? That her being wisdom, it's all poetically speaking. But those who are disciplined by her. You see? Those who are pursuing her. All right? And like I said, that's the attribute that we need to have in this time is vital. All right, to our walk in this ministry and concerning the times that we're approaching. We're real quick, grab we're gonna jump back to that, but just grab we got 1 Timothy 3 at the top. You know, because concerning the times, you know, things are gonna get real gritty. All right, and real dangerous. You got it.
1 Timothy 3 at the top, it says, this is a true saying. If a man desires...
Second Timothy 3.
Second Timothy 3. Yep. 2 Timothy 3 at the top, it says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Right, perilous times shall come. You see, dangerous times. All right? So we have to apply what we have. You see? The wisdom, knowledge, understanding. You can grab that in Isaiah 33 and 6. You know? So every which way we move, man, we have to apply wisdom. All right? You got it, bro.
It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
See, and those are all the attributes of humanity today. You know, that's a big indicator that we are, in fact, at the end, all right, of the road, man, the end of America. You see, in us being men of the Lord, like I said, we have to hold on to what we have, as it is written in Revelation, the 2nd chapter, all right, concerning, or the 3rd chapter, concerning, you know, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this truth, man. And we have to apply it in our everyday walk. You see, we can't be out here moving recklessly, all right, doing things that are unwise and doing things that will blame the ministry, man. You know, because like I said, there's spies out there who are waiting to bring us up on charges. Esau's waiting to bring us up on charges, and ultimately, you know, via Yahweh Shah, we're blameless, all right. But they're gonna use, you know, everything that we do in our daily walk, man.
I got precept.
Like I said, to bring us up on charges and to slander us and revile us. But you got it.
Real quick, 1 Peter 5 in verse 8, it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
You got it.
You see, and that's what we living with. That's what we dealing with, man. Esau has things set up to come after us, to attack us, to as we're trying to trot him down, he's trying to trot us down. You see, putting blame amongst the ministry. All right, and a big thing is that the AI situation. You know, you using that against us. You know, trying to put words in our mouth. You know, put actions in our mouth. Yeah, all those type of things, man. You see, so we have to be in a different mindset. All right, and not drunk off of the ways of this world, and drunk and lost in the sauce, man. You see. Real quick, I got that definition too for vigilant. It says vigilant in the online etymology. It says watchful, awake, and on alert, attentive to safety, watchful, anxious, careful, to watch. You got to
be careful, man.
See.
yeah, you got to be careful, man. Be careful what you're doing and what you're engaging. Another little small intricate, however you say that word, thing is, like I said, clicking links. All
Yeah.
right, fucking what you posting on the internet. All right, what else? Like I said, I've been getting a lot of random text messages via Telegram. I don't even open them. I just click, hold down on the tab and then block the message and block the person. A lot of random ass text messages. Are you trying to sell your home and shit like that?
Yeah.
I've got this health insurance, so on and so forth. Hey, Robert. The fuck, my name ain't Rob.
Right.
It's a lot of, weird activity been going on, man. And it's crazy because dealing with that, you had Vocab Malone who slid up on the brothers in London, the elder Zapanya Ma'akim up there, all right, on that spy tip. All right, and if you ain't know, Vocab's from Columbus, Ohio, and he did us the same way. Just slid up wearing all black, like the damn devil he is, man. So yeah, man, we coming into those times. Things are gonna get very dangerous. The ministry is gonna get blamed. All right, because you understand what was going on in Rome. Pretty much, you had certain sects of Jews, etc., like the Sicarii, etc., who rebelled against Rome. Okay, and a lot of that resulted ultimately in the persecution of the Christian or the Hamashiachim, which were Jews as well. All right, during that time. You see, so what Esau's trying to do, he's trying to categorize terrorism, hate speech, etc., and ultimately, because of the Hebrew Israelite movement, because we're trotting down this man's kingdom, we're, in a sense committing an act of treason, but we're at peace. We're not trying to, bear arms, overthrow this government. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit where, nigga trying to invade the White House and, what I'm saying? All that type of shit. No, we're just tearing down this kingdom via the word,
And that's what they fear the most.
Yeah.
You see, because they know the scriptures as well, man. They know that they got a short time, man.
Yep.
They know that their kingdom is coming to an end. All right, and they hate the fact that the prophets are out on the scene, pushing this word, man. All right. So that's another thing, that famine of the word is gonna come hit real hard, real soon. You see, because a lot of prophecy is coming to pass, man.
Yep. But I got something to back up
Yep.
real quick. He said there in fear, Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Right, and ultimately, you understand that 3 days and a half, going into that 350-year period from 1619 to 1969, when the beloved Elder Abba Bivens hit the scene and rose up the ministry of Yahweh Shai, on down to 1 West to what we have now via the apostles and elders of GMS. With that happening, the awakening of us understanding, who we were, etc., what the scriptures say, he shall bring us back into remembrance, concerning our heritage, etc. Because at that point in time was a big identity crisis concerning who are the so-called blacks, or at that time where we went from Afro-Americans, Africans, blacks, colored, so on and so forth, all these identities, but now we know our true identity. And with that has put a great deal of fear, all right, in Esau Edom. You see? So now he has to, do what he did with the Black Panthers, infiltrate, bring up charges, false accusations, so on and so forth, that this ministry not prosperous. You see?
Come.
But when you go into that account in Acts concerning the persecution of the apostles at that time via the Sanhedrin, what did it say? If this be of men, it shall come to a fall. All right, but if it be of the Most High, it will not fall. Real quick, I'm gonna get it. But you can speak, Doc, if you got any points you want to make.
Con, man, just, real talk, man, understanding the times that we're living in. All right, for the beloved Akim out there, we got to be very mindful of what we do, how we move. All right, the scriptures speak about keeping the ministry blameless. All All right, so the things that we, like I said, like the brother said, posting on social media, even our day-to-day walks, you see, the things we do day to day, you see, people are watching. All right, and you may be out doing some BS, man, and somebody may see, oh, I know him. I seen him on YouTube. I seen him from the videos. All right, catch a video of you, man, put it out. All right, and then again, the AI, they may chop and screw the video to make the video seem more extra out than it is. So, you know, in those aspects, we have to be very careful. All right, and understand what we're dealing with, man. All right, because this world is geared against us, not towards us. All right.
I got that.
Yep.
I'm gonna start at Acts 5 and verses 34. It says, but one member, a Pharisee, and this in the NLT, named Gamaliel, who was an expert in religious law and respected by all the people, stood up and ordered that men be sent outside the council chamber for a while. Then he said to his colleagues, men of Israel, take care what you are planning to do to these men. See, at the end of the day, man, through the Spirit, all those who conspire against us, man, are going to be overthrown. You see, are going to eventually have to bow down, you know, because what? This isn't of men. This is of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Like I said, be careful, all right, or take care of what you are planning to do to these men. It says some time ago, there was a fellow, Theudas, who pretended to be someone great. About 400 others joined him, and he was killed, and his followers went their various ways. The whole movement came to nothing. After him, at this time of the census, there was Judas of Galilee. He got people to follow him, but he was killed too, and all his followers were scattered. So my advice is leave these men alone. Let them go. If they are planning and doing these things merely on their own, it will soon be overthrown. Right, and the big problem is they were pushing Yahweh Shai. All right, they believed in a resurrection, you know, etc. Verses 39. But if it is from the Most High, you will not be able to overthrow them. You may even find yourselves fighting against the Most High. You see? So like I said, ultimately, man, you know, this thing isn't of us. All right, this is of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You see? And like I said, you know, ultimately Esau is afraid because he know he can't overthrow this. You know? He can't overthrow this, man. No matter how hard he tries. Like I said, with AI, deep fakes, spies, like I said, random car insurance, you know, there's a whole bunch of weird activity, man, been going on against the men of the Lord. You know, primarily here at GMS. You see? But like I said, Esau can't overthrow this thing, man. All right? But, you know, at the end of the day, the true believers, the sincere believers, etc., we have to continue to apply wisdom in our walk and stay on point, man. You see, that the ministry be not blamed. Although we know that offenses must come, you know, we know that it's going to be false brethren amongst us, you know, etc. But at the end of the day, like I said, for those who are sincere in this thing, man, we have to still play our role and make sure we're on point and we don't fall into that lie, you know. But you got something?
Yep, real quick. Ephesians 5 and verse 15.
Yep.
It says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
You got it.
See, walking circumspectly. And real quick, I want to get that definition. Circumspect. Slovakia. What the hell?
Get in the BLB.
There it is.
Connection.
It says cautious, wary, literally looking about on all sides, deliberate, guarded, well considered. See? So, you know, being cautious, man. All right. Looking at all things, man. All right. We can't take anything for just face value.
Right, it's like because you're paying attention to patterns.
Yep.
You know. Yep. You got it, bro.
Real talk, man. We can't take things at face value. All right. Everything is worthy. Everything is worthy of an inspection. All right. You know, and that's why, you know, GMS is a close-knit camp. You see, because we understand these very scriptures. I understand that there are men out there that have crept in unawares. You know what I'm saying? Men that are not really of the fold, but have found a way in.
I got a precept.
Yep.
This is Jeremiah 9, 4. I'm gonna go NLT. It says, "Beware of your neighbor. Don't even trust your brother, for brother takes advantage of brother, and friend slanders friend." You know.
Yeah, real talk, and that's heavy. You know, because you see that very, very heavy in the world. All right. Your man's, you know what I'm saying, done turned on you, man. You thought it was your friend. You thought it was your boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been through this together, been through that together, and yet they turn their back on you.
Yep.
You see, and that happens, man. All right, so how much more in this ministry? Yep. All right, because
especially when shit gets grim.
Exactly.
When shit starts to get, you know, like I said, gritty, man. When shit starts, when them perilous times really arise.
Mm-hmm.
A good movie to watch is Leave the World Behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you had two neighbors who were cool at a point in time, but when shit started getting real, that shit went out the window. And it's gonna happen in this ministry, man.
Yep.
Some Jake who got kids or care about the affairs of this life. You know, a lot of Jake, you know, we talking big shit now. But, you know, we gonna see who really about what when these times come. When there's lack of food, lack of goods, lack of resources, etc. You know? You got it, you wanna speak?
Yeah, real quick, man. That's real, man. You see, man, it's about to get serious, man. So, you know, it's important for us to stay on point. Pay attention to watching the news, man. Like the brother said, pay attention to patterns of people close to you, man. All right? You know, you can't put your trust too much in anything, man.
Yeah.
All right? And that's why, you know, this walk is really a lonely walk. You see, because you really don't know for sure, man. We know through the spirit, but, you know, at the same time, man, you know, there's always that gray lining. You know what I'm saying? So we got to just be on point, man, and understand the times that we're living in, man, and understand that there are men out there to destroy us. All right? Your family, all right? Your woman, all these people, man, all right? People are caught up more than you think, all right? So, you know, just be careful, man. Be watchful, man. That's it. Got anything?
Yeah. A couple more. Grab Isaiah 33 and 6, and then we could grab finish out Wisdom of Solomon 16.
Isaiah 33 verse 6. So book Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6, it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times."
Right, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the time. So like I said, we have to apply what we have, all right, via what we have learned through the Hakodash, the Holy Spirit, and our apostles, man. But yeah, like you know, just going back into it. You know, let wisdom meet you in every thought, which we're gonna finish off with that, and applying, you know, what we have learned, man. Okay, staying on point as much as possible. You know, yeah, we still, you know, are men. You know, we have our downtime, etc. You know, our folly, so to speak. But even in that, you know, we have to be mindful and watchful how we are carrying ourselves, making sure we're applying growth. You know, taking away things that are hindering us to grow. You know, etc. Man. You know, and staying on point. Like you said, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times. All right, that's what's going to get us through. All right, the times that are at hand. But you could jump back to Wisdom of Solomon 16.
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse 16, it says, "For she goeth about seeking such
Start at 15 again, sir.
Okay. Wisdom of Solomon 6 verse 15. It says, you think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her quickly be without care.
Yep.
For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, showeth herself favorable unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought.
See, show herself unto her favorable, and meeteth them in every thought. See, so that's why it's key, man, to be head first in these scriptures. You know, dig your mind into these scriptures, man. You see, apply them. All right, because you know in that, those who seek her, seek that wisdom, etc., will move correctly. All right. Where you at? 6 and 16.
Yep.
I want to see what it says in the GNT real quick. I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Wisdom of Solomon 6. I'm gonna start at 15 in the GNT. I'm gonna start at 14. It says, "Get up early in the morning to find her, and you will have no problem. You will find her sitting at your door. To fasten your attention on wisdom is to gain perfect understanding. If you look for her, you will soon find peace of mind. Because she will be looking for those who are worthy of her, and she will find you wherever you are. She is kind and will be with you in your every thought." See, you know, that like I said, that's why you got to be moving correctly, sowing to the spirit and not the flesh, as it is written. All right, but that's it, man. Through the spirit, you know. Lord's word is edifying. You know, something quick to, you know, get the gears turning, man, concerning the times, making sure we in the right mindset. You know, we prepare for the spiritual warfare that's, you know, at hand, you know, etc. All right. But you got any points? All right. We close out.
Hey, with that, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory again unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors again to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Take Shalom and the Bible Ball.
Bible Ball.